Book review: The Vipers by Katy Hays. Katy Hays, acclaimed for her debut novel The Cloisters, returns with The Vipers, a gripping psychological thriller set against the sun-drenched backdrop of Capri. This novel delves into the complexities of family secrets, power dynamics, and the haunting shadows of the past. Plot overview: Katy Hays, the acclaimed author of The Cloisters, returns with The Vipers, a sultry and sinister psychological thriller set against the dazzling yet deceptive backdrop of Capri. Rich in atmosphere and layered with secrets, betrayal, and ambition, The Vipers explores what happens when a powerful family's tightly held lies begin to unravel under the weight of truth. 30 years ago, the celebrated playwright Helen Lingate died under mysterious circumstances. The Lingate family's lavish villa in Capri, her death, though officially ruled an accident, has long been whispered about in literary circles and among those closest to her every summer since the remaining Lingates. Sarah's siblings and now her daughter have returned to the villa, preserving both the family legacy and the carefully constructed narrative around Sarah's demise. Now Helen Lingate, Sarah's daughter and the reluctant heiress to the Lingate fortune, returns once more to the family estate. Haunted by her mother's legacy and weary of the burdens placed on her by her domineering father Richard, Helen yearns to finally carve out life of her own. She arrives in Capri not only for the annual family gathering, but with secret plan to gain her independence. With the quiet help of Lorna Silva, loyal yet enigmatic assistant employed by the family. However, the idyllic setting quickly turns ominous when an unexpected package arrives at the villa. Necklace last seen on Sarah the night she died. This chilling gift serves as catalyst, setting off chain of events that brings long-buried tensions and secrets to the surface. Old wounds are reopened, suspicions are reignited, and the fragile alliances within the Lingate clan begin to crumble. Helen finds herself drawn into a psychological game where everyone around her becomes the suspect. Her cold and calculating father, her troubled Aunt Naomi, who may know more than she lets on, her aloof Uncle Marcus, harboring his own regrets, and even Lorna, whose motivations and past remain unclear. As the past begins to eclipse the present, Helen is forced to reckon with questions that have haunted her for years. Was her mother's death truly accident or something more sinister? And if someone in the family was responsible, how far will they go to keep the truth hidden? With the island as both sanctuary and prison, the story builds with increasing intensity. Secrets surface that challenge the family's identity and legacy, and Helen realizes that freedom, both emotional and financial, comes with dangerous consequences. As tempers flare and paranoia grows, trust dissolves. The villa, once place of memory and mourning, becomes stage for confrontation and reckoning. At its heart, The Vipers is not just a whodunit. It's meditation on the masked family's where to survive and the stories they tell to shield themselves from pain. It examines the destructive power of legacy, the cost of silence, and the courage it takes to unearth the truth. Katy Hays expertly uses the glamorous sun-drenched Capri setting to contrast the darkness lurking beneath the Lingate's glossy facade, crafting world as beautiful as it is dangerous. As the heel back and the truth emerges, Helen must decide who she is. Apart from her mother's memory, apart from her father's influence, and apart from the identity the family has forced upon her, what she discovers may destroy the family's reputation, or finally set her free. With echoes of the talented Mr. Ripley Succession and The White Lotus, The Vipers is tense, elegant, and deeply addictive novel. Hays's writing is as sharp as it is evocative, pulling into labyrinth of lies where every turn reveals new betrayal. In the end, not everyone will leave the island alive, and Helen must confront the question, what is the price of truth? Themes and style Hays masterfully weaves. A narrative that combines elements of classic suspense with modern psychological insight. The novel explores themes of familial loyalty, the destructive nature of secrets, and the quest for personal autonomy. Set against the enchanting yet deceptive beauty of Capri, the story evokes comparisons to works like the talented Mr. Ripley Succession and The White Lotus. The author employs a multi-perspective narrative, readers to delve into the minds of various characters, each harboring their own secrets and motivations. This approach adds depth to the story as the truth becomes increasingly elusive and the line between victim and perpetrator blurs. Character development. The characters in The Vipers are intricately crafted, each with their own flaws and complexities. Helen, the protagonist, is portrayed as a woman torn between her desire for independence and her deep-seated need for familial connection. Her journey is one of self-discovery as she grapples with the revelations about her family's past and her own identity. Lorna Silva, the family's assistant, is another compelling character. Her enigmatic past, ambiguous loyalties add an element of suspense to the narrative. As the story unfolds, readers are left to question Lorna's true intentions and the extent of her involvement in the family's secrets. The supporting characters, including Richard, Naomi, and Marcus, are equally well developed, each contributing to the novel's intricate web of deceit and intrigue. Their interactions and conflicts serve to heighten the tension as long-held resentments and hidden agendas collide. Setting and atmosphere, Capri serves as more than just a picturesque backdrop, it becomes a character in its own right. Hays's vivid descriptions of the island's beauty contrast sharply with the darkness lurking within the Lingate family. The juxtaposition of the idyllic setting and the family's turmoil creates a palpable sense of unease as the reader is constantly reminded that appearances can be deceiving. The villa, with its opulent architecture and haunting history, to the novel's atmospheric tension, it stands as a symbol of the family's wealth and status, but also of the secrets and lies that have festered within its walls for decades. Critical reception, The Vipers has garnered praise for its atmospheric setting and intricate plot. Rachel Collar-Croft describes it as sultry and sophisticated with a menacing undercurrent that keeps you thrillingly unsettled until its final spellbinding twist, while Julie Clark calls it engrossing and sinister. A must-read for 2025. However, some readers have noted that the novel's pacing may be slow at times, particularly in the early chapters. Despite this, the story's compelling characters and unexpected twists have kept readers engaged, culminating in a satisfying and thought-provoking conclusion. Conclusion: The Vipers is a compelling exploration of the dark undercurrents that can exist beneath a family's polished exterior. With its richly drawn characters, suspenseful plot, and evocative setting, Katy Hays delivers a novel that is both thought-provoking and impossible to put down. Fans of psychological thrillers and family dramas will find much to appreciate in this intricately woven tale of secrets, betrayal, and the quest for truth.